So this is where Edana saw her supposed dragon. Okay. Oh! Ah, Princess dropped her knife. Go figure. Huh. What's that? Hello, Shiny. Somebody drop a glass plate on a rock out here or something? Well, it's no dragon, so it's not important. Sire, you sent for me? Oh, drop the bureaucratic tone, Walter, really. One would think we were strangers. See, even Pembroke thinks you're being too fusty. What's that? Sorry, couldn't resist. Very funny. I need your advice on something. Well, that is my job, isn't it? To keep your old tail out of trouble. Always has been. Princess Edana and her band of merry dragon lovers should be arriving sometime within the next 48 hours. You know what I plan on telling them is of a sensitive matter. I spoke harshly at the first meeting. Well, I suppose I was a bit rash. Yes, I know. The knights told me. Of course they did. Doran, it's completely understandable after losing Sifa. Yeah, and after everything else. The words will come in the way you need them to, my love. But just remember what your sister taught in her living days. We must be willing to grow and understand at all times. Even when we feel inclined to be closed off. Times are not as they were, Doran. Yeah. I know. Cohen, are there any more reports of dragons flying off? No, I've been asking the fairies. However, there is one that hasn't been seen recently. It's a hatchling, one of the gold dragons. He hasn't even been named yet. Other than that, it seems like Balbo was the only grown one. What about the border spells barrier? He should still be in the territory, right? No, we found a hole at the border. He must have dug his way out. Why? As distressed as some of the dragons have been, I can't remember this ever happening. Has it? No. I can't say that it has. You said your mark burned? Yes. First the bizarre weather, then the earth tremors, and now this. Something is happening, Cohen. Something bad. Well, there is the whole potential brink of war to boot. No, not that. Something different. Something more. Something worse. Worse? Worse than war? Oh! Hey, Lula! What's the rush? I'm late! Queen Candace may need me. Lula, she told you she doesn't have servants, right? That's not her thing?
Oh, I know, I just want to make myself useful.
You know, Haka and Lusana's time is over, right? Candace isn't gonna scream at you for not serving the right tea or forgetting to stand at the appropriate distance from her.
I know that. I'm just excited to be helpful.
Alright then. I'll write a letter to Edana direct to Kadota. We can't let this get out to the subjects. Not yet. We have enough going on already. We don't need a panic on top of everything else. If dragons really are invading other kingdoms, there's an explanation for it. And she, Deejay, Liveth, Elletta, and Nebula will find out what it is. I believe in them. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing. Any more complaints? Do you really need me to answer that? Thought so. Where's Lula?
What?
Ah, there she
Queen,
is.
Candace, Majesty, so sorry, I'm late. I was helping my family with a gathering of some chicken eggs for breakfast, and I suppose I just lost track of time. Though breakfast was very good, it wasn't worth being tardy, especially when I found an eggshell in my serving. I also totally was not listening in at the door. What is it you need?
How much did you hear?
Oh, nothing much, just about the dragons flying off and things like that.
Oh, great. Lula, you will be discreet about this, won't you?
Yes, of course. Zip lips. Mum's the word. You want to hear a word from me. Not a peep, not a tweet, not a chirp.
Good. Thank you.
Great. Is there anything else you need?
Your family. Your father. His name is Alvar, correct?
Yes?
Tell me about your family.
They're wonderful. Of course, there's my father, Alvar, my mother, Truda, my two little sisters, Iris and Sheena, and my grandmother, Sloam. They're incredible, hardworking, and totally not small-minded towards you and the dragons and the fairies and everything else that's not, them.
There's only one other thing I will be needing from you as of right now, Lula.
Yes? What is it? Anything?
I would like a meeting with your family.
What?
I have decided to open up a line for subjects to come and voice their concerns and make statements. I want to hear their thoughts on the recent changes in the kingdom and whatever else they may have to say. Hear what they think of the dragons, my rulership, and so on. I am planning on making more changes as my reign as queen goes on, and I want to accommodate as many as I can within reason. Cynefin means home to all, after all. It should feel like one. Lula, this is one thing I will strongly ask of you as your queen, aside from keeping quiet about what you just heard. Please, bring your family to this meeting. I promise it can't be as bad as all that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Your Highness. Right, of course. Good. Now, you're dismissed. I must speak with my advisor, alone.
Yes, Your Majesty. Candace, Queen.
Oh, Alexander. I didn't see you there at the door. What is it you're here for? I hope all is well. I'm very glad to see you. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Candace. You too. I'm fine. Just here to see if the castle kitchen has any toadstool butter. I'm fresh out, and Briar said you might have some here. Last I saw, we do. You're welcome to it. But why not just ask Chef Terry? Well, I wanted to ask you first because, truth be told, Chef Terry probably won't be willing to hand it over unless I had your permission. She's a bit jealous of my bakery's success over her castle cooking. As you know, Briar came with me for support. Well, thanks, Candace. I'm sure it'll be fine. May I ask what you're making? Oh, Briar's sister Pamela's just a little under the weather. I'm making some soup and wanted to use some toadstool butter to put on the bread to go with it. Oh, well, I hope she gets well soon. Yeah, me too. But I'm sure she'll be fine. Well, thanks again, Candace. By the way, any news from Liveth and the rest? Nothing, though I know that they're probably very busy. But I do anticipate that we'll receive something soon. Oh, okay. Alex. Are you concerned for Liveth? Of course. She's my family, and this is the first time we've all been separated during such uncertain times. I'm worried for all of them. How could I not be? What about you? I mean, with Edana especially. That'll be all, Alexander. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be sure to send word to you the moment I hear from Liveth and the rest. Give my regards to Briar and Pamela and your mother, Trivia.
Oh, of course. Yeah, thanks. And I will.
Are you sure about this, Candace? The meeting with the subjects? That can open up a very oversized basket of worms. Cohen, please. I am a new ruler. There is change in the world, and they haven't learned to cope with it. They were thrust into it. Maybe this meeting can help ease them into it. If it were up to that lot, Haka and Lusana would still be in power and the dragons would be back in shackles. So we must make them see another point of view, just like Edana and the others are attempting with the other kingdoms right now, by being an example, gaining trust and getting to know them, and understanding their own perspective. You'll be there for me, won't you? Yes, of course. I did promise Badru that I would look after you, and when I made that promise, I meant always. Even when you were too big to be grounded. That's the spirit. Now, time to make plans. I just wish you weren't so goldarn happy about it. Whoa! Liveth? What are you doing back? What's wrong? Is Edana okay? Where is everyone? Are they safe? Whoa, everything's okay. Sort of. It seems to be, anyway. It's you we were worried about. The others are still headed for Kadota and Safar. Then why are you back? Well, first of all, the weather has been erratic as a fairy on fermented juniper berries. Mama Earth has been having some stomach problems, and Edana... She thought she saw a dragon near Virid. Where are the dragons headed? Why would they be going so close to the kingdoms? This doesn't make any sense. I sent word to Edana and the rest by bird as soon as I got back. Told them everything was okay here. I figured you'd be the one to tell her about everything else. Yes, I will do that. Thank you, Livith. And she'll find out what's going on. In the meantime, we do as much as we can here. Research, preparation for whatever may occur. But still, no scaring the subjects. Not until we get a clear view of what is happening. Good plan, Your Majesty. Look at you taking charge. I am doing my best. Thank you for acknowledging that, Liveth. Do I need to tell the other fairies? Yes, please do. Right. Why did you come back? I told you. No, Liveth, you know what I mean. You could have expressed concerns by bird first, but you chose to come back immediately. I specifically asked for you to go, and you disobeyed me. Well, I thought it would make more sense for one of us to come back and see what was going on. You know, if the kingdom was burning, you couldn't really write back to Edana, but if one of us went back, we could see. You can drop the tough act with me, Liveth. I'm not Edana or Deejay. You've been avoiding night duties, spent most of your time in the tavern, and have been elusive as a hydra since the Battle of Draconis Lunae. I've just had a lot of resting up to do, that's all. I don't see that as resting, Liveth. In fact, you're tenser than you've ever been, and that's saying something. Tell you what you need. A day of distraction. Just so happens I have an engagement with some subjects soon, and I could use some extra backup alongside Cohen and Lula. What? Who? I'm in the need to know more about the people that oppose me as ruler. I plan to have a line of subjects approach the throne within the next few days. No, I'm not going to be part of that. This is not a request, Knight Liveth. This is your punishment for not telling me what is bothering you. As queen, I command that you show up. Not the commanding who has ever worked in the past, as it seems. You're not serious. I am very serious, Knight Liveth. Unless you want to tell me what's up with you. I guess I have no choice but to show up at the throne then. Charming. Great. You don't have to be so goldarn happy about it.
take one down, pass it around. You got no more bottles of fairy meat on the wall. Wow, not bad for the third round. Wanna go for a fourth?
So, how many days have we been in the carriage since Virid now?
Forever.
Come on, DJ. Non-sarcastic, real answers, please.
It's been 4 days. We entered the swamp terrain 2 days ago, and it's really stank. And also, my ears have been ringing. Not because of the sounds of crickets and other creatures, but because of all the singing.
Oh, come on, DJ. Don't be such a grump. I think he's the one that's filling the silence with winter's energy now. Seems like it. But wow, really doesn't feel like it's been 4 days. I guess time flies when you're having fun.
It's been an eternity for me.
I actually can't wait to get to Kadota, for many reasons. One of them being the messenger birds will probably be able to catch up to us.
Things sure are getting more foggy around here, huh? Looks like the inside of a dragon's nostril. Minus the boogers. Then again, those trees do look a little bit goopy.
That's where the kingdom gets its name, Nebula.
It's lack of dragon mucus?
No, gross. It gets foggy around the borders in the morning times, covering the castle. Kadota means to vanish. Ugh. And the smell also helps keep predators from smelling the kingdom folk. The swamp also serves as a nice barrier.
Neato.
Doran's the eldest of the rulers. He knew Hakan Lusana. He's even older than them. I wonder what he'll have to tell us.
Anything you know much about him?
Well, like I've said before, not really. I mean, the only thing Haka really had to say was that all the other kingdoms were weak in comparison to ours. But I was able to dig up a little bit on the other kingdoms in the castle library. Literally the only thing of any import that I was able to find. From what I gathered, King Doran had a twin sister named Sifra. She passed away about 5 years ago due to an illness. Their knights are also said to have these sword-like weapons that shoot poison that's been extracted from venomous creatures around the swamp.
Oh, wow. Fun fact central here. That's comforting. Anything else?
That's about it. Or at least, all I got from the books. There was a bit about Safar as well. How they live so close to the snowy mountains that they've grown almost an immunity to the cold and have adapted more and more over the generations. And that was all I could find. Each of the kingdoms are pretty secretive anyway, so there wasn't much to say in the books written by the Dragon Kingdom scholars. And even their narratives can be untrustworthy, as we've learned. What makes me think that those books are telling the truth is that kind of information was probably recorded in an attempt to better understand the other kingdoms and learn how to properly fight them if they needed to.
Oh, Mama, here we go again.
Just hold on. Yeah, because we're definitely planning on letting go and falling to our death, DJ.
Oh, yeah, shoot, just what I always wanted. Go as a team, am I right? Wait! I can use magic to lift the front wheels back up. It shouldn't be too hard. I just gotta... It's working!
I'll try to help.
Come on. Gotcha. Nebula? Oh, great. She's out.
Okay. No one panic. Just
what, DJ?
Just don't make any sudden movements for the afterlight's sake. We're not hanging on by much.
Then how do we get out?
If I could just... come on.
Nebula, wake up! It's magical girl time! Come on! This is not the time for a snooze. There is no lavender near your nose.
Grab that other end over there.
This way, come on.
Hurry.
1, 2, 3, and...
Come on! Whoa! I love this ground. I love it. Beautiful, soggy, stinky, slimy ground. I don't care if you're the soil of the potential enemy. I just really love grass and dirt a lot. Ooh, yummy. Salad. Kind of like salad.
You nearly died! You guys saved us, thank you! No big issue. I'm Skye, head knight of Kadota. In other words, I'm King Doran's favorite of the poisonous sword-spewing bunch. And you lot must be the Dragonkins. Bloods. And just me. And, wow. You guys are really...
Oh, you guys are jacked!
Beg pardon.
You're all buff?
I can see by your lips moving that you're talking loudly, but I'm afraid that won't do any good. I'm deaf. Have been since I was a young teen, but I can read lips, and signing doesn't hurt if you can do that sort of thing.
You're deaf? Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I'm taken, but I'm flattered nonetheless. Elletta, what did you just say to her?
Never you mind, you little tomato.
Oh, Elletta, you know sign language?
Yeah, Deejay. Aletta's little brother Beckon is deaf, remember?
Oh, right. Listen, you folks seriously saved our tails just now. We really appreciate it. Especially considering, well, everything.
Skye, are you an... elf? Why, yes, I am. Well, a little regular person from my great-great-son-grandfather, but that is a whole other story that we don't need to get into. Mainly elf, that's the important thing. King Doran and his late sister Queen Sifa were quite the progressive types, allowing me to be head knight, don't you think? We'll get your gear back in order and follow us to His Majesty. He's been expecting you all morning. Add that to another list of the close calls.
You okay?
Yeah. You?
Yeah. You okay there, Isabel? Oh yeah, I'm fine and dandy, Deejay. I nearly died and will probably need a lot of psychological assistance later on in life, but that won't stop me from doing my duty with a smile of insincerity on my face. Whoa.
Ugh. You good?
We nearly died? And he should have saved us. But I couldn't. Because I don't know how to use my magic yet. And Nebula passed out.
Fried beanberries on a rainy Saturday morning. There. You did your best.
Oh. They have elves in this kingdom.
I've never seen an elf in real life before. Skye seems lovely, at least. What? Elves? Wowee! Buff elves! Well, I guess they really are just wingless fairies with horns. Or, just regular people with horns.
They're fine with elves, but not dragons?
Dragons are different. Bigger and stronger and more animalistic.
Elves don't have magic, do they?
Nope, just horns.
Thought not. I'm pretty sure Candace told me that a few months ago when we were going over other creatures besides fairies and dragons. But after the whole fairy thing last year, I can't be too sure of, well, anything really.
Only fairies of dragonbloods have magic. That's what my dad says. And dragonbloods only get magic through Draconis Lunac and fairies' blessings. Better be wary of those elf horns, though, I guess. From what I've read about elves, yeah. Those horns are their own kind of magic weapon.
What about the wizard?
What wizard, Deejay?
You said you met a wizard at the Cavern of Many Voices? Candace mentioned him too. About how he helped Quinby make the dragon summoner?
Maybe Draconis Luna and the fairies blessed him? Maybe he was a secret dragon blood.
According to the details I could dig up about him, his name was Fenwick, and when I talked with him, he told me we weren't related.
Can ghosts not lie?
Why would he? I mean, he was a cryptic weirdo, but that's kind of what you expect from ghosts. Maybe he just used a wand?
Oh yeah, that must be it.
Hang on, wands hadn't been invented yet. Hukka created them to encase fairy magic in right before he did what he did. But yeah, I guess it's the only logical explanation. Hukka may not have been that original.
Remember when we thought that Candace was a witch? Like the kind in the stories we were told as kids?
Yeah, stories, Elletta. They weren't true. Those kinds of witches and wizards can't exist. It's impossible.
Still, what was it they used in the fairy books? Witchcraft? What was that even supposed to be?
Dark magic cultivated from nothing. Meanness, I guess? They were children's stories, Elle. They were lazily written with no explanation needed for anything fantastical that occurred. Also, their poetic stories sucked in the writing department. I still remember that one that Lusana read to me that rhymed the words witch with snitch and sitch in one sentence. Ugh, give me a break, a pen and an eraser.
Yeah, I guess you're right.